Blackstone Audio presents The Dog Merchants, Inside the Big Business of Breeders, Pet Stores, and Rescuers by Kavin. This book is read by Tamara Marston. For all the ones who can still be saved. Money will buy a pretty good dog, but it won't buy the wag of his tail. Josh Billings. Introduction. Buffalo steaks. That's what put me over the edge. I was standing in the meat department at the grocery store, a package of ground turkey in one hand and my smartphone's Google app in the other, struggling to determine whether the free-range, nobody was cruel in the making of this food product label was actually a cover-up to get my money into the coffers of some multinational factory farm. When I glanced up and saw buffalo steaks, they were a new offering, and they seemed as exotic as wildebeest next to the chicken breasts and sausage patties. The buffalo label screamed all-natural, too, right above a photograph of a big open grassy plain full of sunshine and fresh air, where the buffalo ostensibly roamed while the deer and the antelope played. Yeah, right, I thought, maybe back in 1875. When I looked down the aisle again, it seemed different, almost as if I were viewing it through a fisheye lens. The moment felt a bit like vertigo, or as if I'd been sucked into the Matrix. Endless packages of chops and ribs and wings and thighs, all of it suddenly appeared to me not as food, but instead as a flowing river of neatly packaged cash. Somehow, even through my super fandom of books including Fast Food Nation and The Omnivore's Dilemma, it was only in that moment that I truly understood. The supermarket meat aisle is based not on food, but instead on the smartly marketed products of a global food-producing industry. Not long after that day, I found myself sitting at the top of the bleachers inside a barn where America's biggest legal dog auction is regularly held. I watched hundreds of retrievers and terriers and hounds get sold to the highest bidders, many of them owners of large-scale commercial breeding farms, or, to use the more commonly applied term, puppy mills. The auction, at least for the people, was an upbeat and welcoming affair, with men, women, and children alike smiling and laughing, buying snacks and nachos from the concession room, and doing the math on whether any given dog could produce enough sellable puppies to justify owning and feeding her. To someone like me, who thinks of her own dogs as family, it was kind of like watching orphan...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?